Oh, hello, everybody. Yeah, you're wondering. I know what you're wondering. Where's Declan? I'm wondering the same thing. Where is? Oh, look who we have. He's in the house. How are you?
I'm doing great.
And how's everybody on Facebook? And actually, also, we are also simultaneously through the wonders of technology on YouTube, aren't we, Declan?
Yeah, simulcast.
Simulcast YouTube and Facebook. So let's start off the time-honored tradition with first of all trading wine secrets. What do you go for tonight?
Oh yes, this is a new one. My God.
What is that? What does it say?
It's God, my pronunciation is going to be terrible. Guia Real.
Okay.
And it's very, very tasty. Now, I did cheat. I opened this last night. Did a bit of an all-nighter. More will be revealed later.
Okay. Well, I have actually gone for, I don't know, does the Campo Reserva count as the dirty old Campo? I mean, that's not what you normally go. What?
I think you've stepped it up there.
Yeah, I've gone a bit highbrow on the Campo. Right, who we got? We've got Angela. How are you, Angela? Good to have you on board here on this Thursday's Facebook Live. Yeah. Well, will we start off with some questions? Because normally it takes a while for people to get the questions in. So I'm going to start with Frida. Frida, she's asked you, Declan.
Yeah.
Can you play the ukulele? And if so, will you play it?
How many no's do you want?
Okay, that's no from Declan. I'll answer this next one, and it's from Billy Riley, who said, "Who came up with the name Fool for Temptation?" And that was me.
Yes,
that was me. And but you know, the great thing about that song, or that title, was that we were having, I don't know if you remember this, the problems we were having coming up with a title for the first album.
I remember very, very well.
One of the in the short list, I don't know if you remember this, I've tried to block it from my mind, for Songs That Tempted. One of the short lists for the titles of that album was, do you remember? The horrible one. Zinger.
Does it begin with a Z?
It does. Zinger. Imagine if you had that. Imagine if you had that around your neck. Zinger.
Terrible.
But I had a good friend who took me aside and he said, "I've seen your short list, the band short list of album titles, and I got to tell you, they're all terrible." And I said, "Well, help us out, would you?" His name's James Napier. And he said, "Okay, well, you know, just give me the, let's have a look at the titles of the songs on the album." So there was titles like "I Just Can't Get Enough" and "Lightning Paul" and "Fool for Temptation." And he thought, it's obvious, why don't you call it Songs for the Tempted? And that's how that answered your question, but also another question, which is how we came up with that title. So thank you, James. Eternally grateful for you for saving our bacon there.
Cheers, James.
Who's listening? Richard says, can you read that? Richard says he loves One Strong Hammer on your first album.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a song that actually has two choruses running at the same time, which is when you try to play it live, it caused enormous.
Not to be recommended.
And also that song, One Strong Hammer, lyrically, I was not in top form. I was singing about, I think I put the Pentagon in Wisconsin on the lyrics of that song. It was, if you read the lyrics, it's obvious that if I start talking about driving through America, when it's painfully obvious that I've never been further than Courtney Hill. Hi lads, something random here. Where's the best pint of, well, we're over to you, Declan. You take that one.
Where's the best pint of Guinness is actually walking distance from my house.
Where's that?
In Carlingford, my bakers, as I've never had a pint of Guinness in there that wasn't absolutely top notch.
Mickey Heaney and Terry McKevitt aren't going to be too pleased with that answer.
Gotta have to up the games.
Right. A question from Helen Moriarty. Do you guys remember playing horns in Tralee? Any good stories from there? I do indeed remember, as I'm sure you do, Declan. Because it was our very first gig. The very first gig we did, because when we made Songs Attempted, we busked a lot, but we knew how to play acoustic stuff. But we didn't really. I certainly didn't know how to play an electric guitar, and Declan was. How do I put this?
I played in the studio, but I never done it live.
Yeah, we'd done it in the studio, but never done it live. So we said, okay, we'd never really played as a band, even though we made the record. You know, me and Declan had played, but not with drums and bass and all that, not in front of an audience. So we said to the record company, put us somewhere where we can see us. Put us somewhere where no one can see us. And he suggested a place called Warren's in Tralee. And we thought that it was going to be this, like, wee club, you know, like maybe holds 100 people. This place, it was massive, wasn't it? It was like maybe I'm exaggerating after all time, but it seemed to me to get 1,000 people in that room. Did you think it was that big?
Yeah, it was a big room.
It was a big room, and we were down to play it. And I remember walking in the door and going, "My God, this place is massive." And then we were told that we had a support act, and the support act was, I remember, Kevin McDermott Orchestra. And I remember, I think I was with you, Dick, and Stanton, looking at them playing, and they did a version of Freeze All Right Now. And, yeah, so I remember looking at that and going, that sounds just like the record. And at that point, we didn't sound like our own record, never mind like anybody else's record. We couldn't play anybody else's song, but we couldn't really play our song. And
there also was a contingent from CBS Records at that gig.
That's right. I also said, look, keep it on the QT. We're trying to figure this out. So I told the manager, Thomas, I said, keep it. But the CBS was so excited about the record that they flew a bunch of people over to this gig. And so when I landed at the hotel, I said, oh yeah, it's probably down under the four of us. And the woman said, oh yeah, but which one? Are you part of the CBS party? At which point my blood froze. And we found out there's about 30 of them. So I remember taking Thomas aside, the manager, and saying, I don't care what it costs, but get these people drunk as fast as you possibly can so that they can't really hear what's going on. And the only thing that with the support act was, do you remember, they were pretty boring to look at, Kevin McDermott. They were brilliant playing, but it was sort of like a bit like an Oasis thing where the guy stood there and just did it. And I thought, okay, well, if I jump around maybe and I present a moving target, maybe people will be too busy looking at me to actually listen to what we're doing, which is what I proceeded to do for about an hour and a half, because the place was round, full of kids. And we sort of got away with it, if I remember correctly. But we ended up, that became, as we got better and better, that became one of our main gigs. We must have done it 4 or 5 times, between the start of 1989 and when we did the first Fela, I think, back in 1990. But yeah, that's that. Tough spot. Kevin Scott, how much? What?
It's no longer about, is it?
I don't think so. No, Kevin Scott, how much do you remember? What do you remember about all the towns you played in Ireland, UK, and beyond, or is it all a blur? Yes, Kevin. It's all a blur. Okay, can we move on to something now that I wanted to just ask everybody here. Oh, thanks. All right. Titles. We're still looking for more titles, folks. I've got a short list here, and I'm not sure. Like, I've got Paul McAree. There's titles for songs. For anybody that's new to watching this here, we have promised that if you come up with a title that we like, we will write the song with your title, and we'll record it. we will record it. Now, I can't promise it's going to make a record, but you never know. But we will write it and we will record it. So please, folks, give us some titles. We have a lot of wine glass titles for some reason. Paul O'Farrell, Empty Wine Glasses on the Floor. Paul McAree, Courtney Hill, Courtney Crooners. Sean Michael Cunningham, Logs on the Fire. Connor Woods, Is It Too Early for the Wine? Maybe that wasn't the title. But the answer to that, of course, is never. Jason Hodson, Thing of Beauty. Sheila Bunce, Love in Abundance. Have you any, Declan, that you like?
There was one that was sent in from Susan Crosby that she lifted from the podcast that you did with Sharon Vaughan. The title being From the Bones Out.
Very good, actually. Sharon will take, because Sharon is a songwriter, so no wonder she came up with that. Which that's a good plug for my podcast, which I have a podcast that's called Please Do Something Podcast. And it's I'm interviewing people like songwriters like Sharon Vaughan. I've got Rowan Hardiman, who did all the Lord of the Dance stuff. Great guy, very talented composer. You can get it on iTunes, I think. And a couple of good ones coming up. Moya Brennan out of Clonard I'll be talking to next.
How do you get those podcasts, Brent?
I think you look up podcasts and you put in Brent Murphy, Please Do Something podcast, and it's on. I think it's on Apple. I think it's on all of them. But if anybody has having trouble, let me know, because it'll obviously mean that I'm not having sorted it out right. I'm trying to remember how to play this now.
The old what tune are you in there?
Yeah. The reason I've got my guitar in my hands is Twilight Sky. I like it, Helena. I've got my guitar in my hand because we have got a bit further with a song that was given to us. Adrian Taff kindly gave us about 12 options of titles, a couple of which were very good. But this one in particular I liked just because I didn't really know the word. The word was Vermillion. I didn't know what Vermillion meant. So I looked it up and it meant red, sort of a very red. So I thought, well, what can I write about red? So I came up with this song, just for anybody that I've played this a couple of weeks ago.
Sylvia Harmon asking a question: How's Vermillion going?
It's going well. I'm going to push that over to Declan because I recorded a version of me playing it on acoustic and sent it over to our musical maestro there to see if he could give it a wee bit of lift, because my version was I had a riff that was pretty good. That was quite. Oh, yeah.
Feel good in the house.
Yeah. So that went down well, but I still had to make a song out of it. So the song had started with it was like sort of like more like a Jim Morrison type. The glow of the morning sky matches my burning bloodshot eyes. The shade on her lips, someone that I never should have kissed. A neon hotel sign, Vermillion. See, all these things are like red. I was looking for all these things that are red. And the idea is that this person, red just follows him around. And every time it does, it's trouble. I had these chords and I thought, okay, well, can we shake it up a bit? And I gave it to Declan to see if he could. And what he liked, I think, was the funky rhythm. This So I said, well, see if you can get any lift in it, so it's not just all the glow of the morning sky. Even though I quite like that. Yeah, get funky. That's it. Get funky. Could Declan make it funky? So I gave it to Declan to see if he could inject an element of funk into it. And although I quite like this version. Have you heard enough of my version, Declan?
Well, yeah. Well, what I've done with it might be shit, but it's a work in progress. So be kind.
Okay.
And I wouldn't rule out a bit of the starting slow and going into it or whatever. It's all up for grabs.
Yeah, well, you know what? We could ask as Will Rose from Hamburg. Will is a fantastic photographer and has taken some of our best photographs and a lot of the album covers, actually, including the show everybody the insides. Yeah,
You took that, baby.
That's Will's handiwork. How's Will over in Hamburg? So as I said, like, so my version is like. So, Declan, did you do much to it? Are you going to play it on a guitar?
I don't want to lead the witness. So I have sent it via Raven to Colette.
Oh, Colette, okay.
Who lives in another dimension.
Colette.
I can dial her up here. And it will all happen.
Oh, look, we've got a touch of Vermillion.
Okay. Roll there, Colette.
The glow of the morning sky matches my burning bloodshot eyes. The shade on her lips, someone that I never should have kissed. A neon hotel sign, Vermillion, my colorful lights. Vermillion, a crimson box and bow, found in the pocket of my overcoat. A woman betrayed, go to hell, the last word that she said. I drown my sorrows with red wine. Vermillion, never heeded that stop sign. Vermillion, the color runs and runs. It runs and runs. The color runs and runs. Of Hades to my base desires, coming at me like a forest fire. Scarlet warning, I can testify. The devil wants his stain on you and I. The color runs and runs. It runs and runs. The color runs and runs. Vermillion, Vermillion, Vermillion.
Whoa! Wow!
What's the verdict?
I wasn't expecting that. From that is from what is that another guitar on, or is that what is that on? Is that bass and drums? How'd you do that?
It's a gut string guitar tuned down.
A real thigh slapper. Slapper.
So it was a bit of an all-nighter last night. I had the studio turned into Harlem juke joint.
Okay.
And I was having hours of endless fun. In the back of my mind, I was going, is this any good?
Okay.
But so, work in progress.
So what instruments are on it, though? What did you put on?
Guitar, bass, and drums.
Okay.
And your vocal and guitar.
And what is the bass? What is the bass line on? Can you play the bass line on guitar there? What are you doing? Let's play the bass line. You do. Give me the bass line. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, give me another blast. Can I hear that again? Can I hear it again? Colette, could you play it one more time for me? One more time. All right.
The glow of the morning sky matches my burning bloodshot eyes. The shade on her lips, someone that I never should have kissed. A neon hotel sign, Vermillion, my colorful lies. Vermillion, a crimson box and bow found in the pocket of my overcoat. A woman betrayed, go to hell, the last words that she said. I drown my sorrows with red wine. Vermillion, never heeded that stop sign. Vermillion, the color runs and runs. It runs and runs. The color runs and runs. The gates of Hades to my base desires, coming at me like a forest fire. Scarlet warning, I can testify. The devil wants his stain on you and I. The color runs and runs. It runs and runs. The color runs and runs. Vermillion, Vermillion, Vermillion.
You know, maybe we should make our next record separately.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just extend lockdown.
It's all about the titles.
What?
No, I tell you, it's
the titles.
We're enthused with the input.
Yeah.
From you guys.
Yeah, absolutely, folks. Absolutely. So more of these titles, and more of these titles, because I mean that's not finished yet. We will, and obviously we're playing it through a sort of a mic system there. That's not a proper rendition of it. It's not. We'll have to figure out exactly how to set it up so you can hear it as if it was a proper audio track. But for a work in progress, it's certainly off its ass. You know, it's. I was just thinking, you know, in terms of the rhythm of the drums there. Yeah, that's quite a bit of work for you on the old foot.
The old stomper.
You're gonna need a double stomp there. You know.
Yeah. Well.
Either that, or I'm gonna need a stomp, and you'll be looking at me, and I'm doing this in the stomp. Or we'll have to call Peter out every time we want to play it.
Yeah, I have a big postman's sack full of pick grooves and all sorts of rhythms.
Okay.
So that was just.
All right, you're just going through Peter's bits of drums that he's done over the years, looking for something that fits.
Exactly, and other things that I've collected, just grooves that I like.
Paul Schofield, do you argue in the studio?
Not really.
Not as much as you would think.
No. When it comes down to an argument, it's basically like if one person's not happy about it, then the other person goes, "Okay, let's try and fix it." Yeah, that's it. That's probably why it takes us so long, because until both of us are going, "Yeah, that's great," we don't let it go. So which doesn't help the speed. Dermot, what's that, Deck? Can you read that? Bring in a centipede instead of deck for a drum stomp.
But maybe we could get the audience involved.
Yeah, hand out a few tambourines.
Yeah, like a bit of a sort of a cheaper version of the David Byrne Utopia. You know, he takes all the people on the stage around him, and we could just go into a venue and, like, you know, tell everybody to get there a bit early. Take off the shoes and socks, and give them a tambourine each, and we could. It's not the worst idea in the world.
Yeah, you need to check out people's sense of rhythm before you commit yourself.
Well, there is that.
People. Sometimes when they're clapping along, there's always one guy that's putting you off because he's all over the place. Yeah, it's like he's wearing headphones listening to some other song. Washboard would be deadly without track. Washboard? What do you mean, like that sort of thing? Yeah. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this in the verses. That's what's giving it all the groove. You can forget the bass line. No need for the washboard when you got it. You got the wash. This is this. When we started off, I used to play the guitar with. Well, actually, I think I've got it here. Maybe not. No. With a sock. I don't know where that sock's gone. Do you remember I would I'd put the sock under the. Yeah. Yeah, because Mary has that on it. The start of Mary, yeah, that's how Mary, at the start of Mary, when it goes it sounds like an orchestra, doing that sort of where they're tuning up. But actually it's the guitar doing that, because when we did the demo, I had that on it, and it stuck, and it's actually on the start of the next record. But really what it is if you want to get this for audiophiles, if you want to get this effect when you're making a record, you need to get a sock, but not a I'll show you the sort of sock that you need to get, because there's some socks that don't work. Hold on there, that keep everybody talking. Justin Haley left a message there. It's got a 30s speakeasy vibe to it. Yeah, we thought that. We thought that. Yeah. Well, I think that. Who would have thunk it? Okay. Now, some socks are just too thin for your guitar, but I got this sock from our producer and stroke engineer, Ender Walsh. He gave me a pair of these actually free. These are thick sock.
That looks like it might break the guitar.
Let's just try it. Let's see if it's working. If anybody wants this sock's available for hire for musicians as well. If you want to hire out, like a Wurlitzer and this sock, it's because this sock can get this Wurlitzer thrown in with this sock for 200 euro for half an hour. Okay, look, perfect. Right. See.
Hi, Kathy.
See, look at that. Look.
I only heard years later Johnny Cash used to put a playing card under his strings.
Yeah, that's a bit cooler than a sock, isn't it? A playing card. But was it a playing card? I bet it was a sock, but he was just trying to rock and roll it up a bit. I got the Jack of Diamonds. I got the Jack of Diamonds in my thing, whereas actually he just did one of these babies. There you go. Almost all my guitar secrets here. There's Eddie Van Halen, God rest him, Jimi Hendrix, and Carlos Santana, all with their own wee idiosyncrasy. Me with the sock. Okay. Well, I'm still so jizzed after that track. So this augurs well for the new record. If we can make a record of that, we won't be able to keep. Oh, very good, Angela. Sock and roll. You get it? Sock and roll.
Very good.
Very good. So, the sock's a big hit.
The sock has stolen the show. Fascinating. What about its poor comrade?
What about the song?
Guitar.
There you do. You're busting it. You're busting your ass on that song, and then you just take out the sock, and suddenly the sock is just the song goes into this It's funny the things that that is showbiz. Yeah, it's the unexpected. So
Vermillion. Nice one, Adrian Taff. Great.
Adrian Taff, thank you so much, Adrian, for that. We're sort of like halfway through it at the minute, but I think hopefully we're going to be out of this lockdown next week, and I can get into the studio and get the sock out, and we can really start moving this track forward. Because that's all it needs. It just needs a bit of sock. Yeah.
Sock overdub.
So you've been busy signing albums, I hear.
Yeah.
They've only got one signature on them, have they? What?
Coming thick and fast.
Okay.
So yeah, it's supposed to be the actual official release this Friday. If we have any left.
If we have any left, is more like yes, which is a good point. I don't know if Colette's still there, but Colette, if you can put up the link for the vinyl for anybody that wants to get them. They are going fast, guys, just let you know. It's limited edition, and we are really just overwhelmed. People have been sending us photographs of their vinyl in whatever. So for anybody that is into turntables and stuff like that, keep sending your photographs in, because we post them up. We're posting photographs of people with their decks and their copy of the Sugar Island LP. So keep them coming, because it's great to see us. Does our heart good.
There's an order just come in from Liz O'Connor, and she wants a message on it.
Yeah.
Happy Christmas. Better not give this away. Looks like it's for a present. So we'll keep the note secret. But it's for Liz O'Connor in Newmarket.
Okay.
All signed and will be sealed, and following that will be delivered.
Well, Keith just was on there. Just saw his message from Keith. He wants to know, are we thinking of adding socks to the merchandise? We've got the red vinyl. Is the next merchandise item the four of us sock? I mean, maybe you need two of them, but it could be a Christmas sock. Just an idea.
What about 3 for the price of 1?
Well, I know, yeah. That is sort of a Christmassy look, and you could instead of red vinyl, get it in red cotton, and then it does you for Christmas as well. You know, it's like a Christmas vibe. Sugar Island and the red Christmas sock. And you can, if you're playing guitar, you can, you can. It's a special size of sock.
I like it.
So yes. So anybody wants a copy of our album? It's LP. It's for sale, selling fast. And if you've got a copy, be sure to send us a photograph on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know how we're doing on YouTube, but it's great to be on YouTube. For anybody that's on YouTube and watching this on YouTube, thanks a million for going on to our four of us. What is the name of our channel, Declan?
It's called The Four of Us Murphy Music. But can I ask anybody that is not watching it on YouTube to subscribe, because our likes are ridiculously low. Because so we have
not after this broadcast. Once this
optimism.
Yeah, this is going to go viral.
Yeah.
So we now that you've got the vinyl out, we should give it a plug by playing something on it, because we've been playing something since we've had the copy. I think, what is this? Have we played something every week for what? We're on our third song now. Is that right?
Yeah. And I still haven't got the hang of dropping the needle live on camera.
But
so
you're all right.
Yeah,
but you're all right apart from that, are you?
Yes, because I can cue up the first song.
Well, let me make it easy for you then, because I know what the first song is on the second side of this of our red vinyl LP. I know what that is.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, because I've been looking at it, not playing it, but I've been looking at it, and it is just a drop, which actually has got a bit of a rock and roll vibe to it as well. It goes very well with Vermillion. You know,
Christopher Scrine says, "What about the sock? Not red vinyl, but wait for it, red nylon."
Oh man! I tell you, it's we should be doing this on Zoom. That's the only problem, is that we can't see everybody's. We can't see everybody's face. I think the sock thing's going. This is going to go viral. I do think it actually will. But guys, how's the wine going? Yeah, cheers, folks. Both on YouTube and Facebook. Hopefully, Declan, me and you might be in the same room next Thursday. All things, you never know. Wishing everybody all the best for another week. In the absence of us doing shows, it's really our favorite way to it's our only way really to stay in touch with all our friends who we see at the shows. So thanks a million for keeping us company again here tonight, and we hope to see you next Thursday at 8:00. Yeah, Declan, just a drop. We're going to give it a go. Drop. Oh, right, okay.
Give it a go. Okay. It's working.
You could see me bending. I was just about to break on my lonely road to Jericho. Suffering in silence, carrying the weight. Was never going to get to where I had to go. I was down for a drink of water, but I was just too proud to ask. when you came along, you filled my glass. No fun doing it on your own. Each of us is just a drum